Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel, where I'm always breaking down the hot sports topics of the day. So be sure to check out my other videos and subscribe to my page here on YouTube to get all of my sports talk videos delivered directly to your inbox. Continuing my 2013 NFL Draft Prospects analysis, and the next prospect up is Bjoern Werner, Florida State defensive end. Werner's a 6'4", 255-pound defensive end prospect in this upcoming draft. A little bit of background on Werner. He's from Germany. Did not start playing football until the age of 15. He was an exchange student in the U.S. at a prep school in Connecticut. From there, as his football skills developed, he became a 3-star recruit. Obviously, a raw kid with the size and speed that college coaches look for. He chose FSU. While he's been at FSU, he's increasingly got better every year. I mean, if you look at the numbers he's put up at Florida State as a pass rusher, and when you consider the fact he's only been playing football since he's 15, I think that there's nothing but brightness ahead for this kid as an NFL prospect, and then once he enters the NFL. He has the strength, first and foremost, and the quickness to get off the ball that NFL teams look for. If you want a comparison for him, Chris Long is probably a pretty good comparison. A guy that plays in the league now, a guy that was actually the number 2 pick of the St. Louis Rams when he came out. So Werner is a guy, strength, quickness, no doubt. He actually also, which I think shows a commitment to his craft, lost 10 to 15 pounds this offseason. And he's been quoted as saying, in the past he would play 10 plays and be tired, but at his new weight, he can go, 20, 25 plays without getting tired. So to me, that shows a sign of maturity. It's a guy who, okay, I know what I have to do to get better. I know what I have to do to increase my value to my team. So I'm going to go ahead and lose this weight. I think that shows a lot of commitment, again, to his craft. While he is definitely a good pass rusher, very quick off the ball, he was able to really just overpower and out-quick pretty much all of the college football offensive linemen that he came across this season. I don't think he'll be able to brutally outstrength NFL offensive linemen, whether they be right tackles or left tackles. But I do think that he's strong enough, he's quick enough, and his aptitude is there where he can learn new things, where I think you teach this guy a pass rush move or two, combine that with his strength and speed, and I think he can be something special at the next level. I feel he's going to go in the top 10 of this draft. I think when you look at it, Jarvis Jones will probably be the first pass rusher to go out of the linebacker spot, and the first team after that that's looking for a difference-making pass rusher at the defensive end spot will scoop up Werner. That's what I think. I think there's a value now put on these pass rushing ends, whether they be outside linebackers, whether they be conventional defensive ends like a guy like Werner is. There's a value put on these guys, and because of that, I think they will be taken ahead of probably where they should be. So would I be surprised to see Werner go in the top 7, 8 picks? No, I wouldn't. I'd be surprised, though, if he did get out of the top 10. So that's where I look for Werner to go in this draft. As far as what he can improve on, he's at Florida State. His role was to get up the field and get to the quarterback. There's no mistaking that. So the part of his game that suffered a little bit because of that is his ability to play against the run. There's a lot of good pass rushers in the NFL that struggle against the run. It's very rare to find a guy like J.J. Watt, okay, who can rush the passer, bat down passes, and play the run well. Very rare to find a guy like that. Werner, his ability to play against the run is not there yet, but it's certainly not something that can't be developed. Again, I know I keep on harping on this, but I know NFL GMs and front office personnel look at this. This kid has been playing football for less than 10 years. All right? Most of the guys they get are developed, have their own way of doing things. You got a guy in Werner who comes from a solid program in Florida State. He put up numbers at Florida State. It's not like he's a total raw prospect, but he's still learning how to play. I think he's very coachable in that respect. And I think his overall maturity and obviously physical gifts with his strength, size, and speed make him a very appealing prospect to teams looking for either a 3-4 defensive end or a 4-3 defensive end. I think he could fit well into either of those schemes, which again I think makes him a definite attractive prospect for a lot of these teams. Certainly there are teams out there with how much NFL teams are throwing the ball now. Every team needs a pass rusher, which I think will increase his value even more. Look for him to be one of these guys at the combine that dazzle, and based on how strong he is, number one, and how strong he is and how much he weighs, how quick he is. I think NFL teams are going to be, even more so than what they see on tape, be surprised at that in the draft. So he's a guy I look for his stock to creep up a little bit. And again, wouldn't be surprised to see him go in the top 6 or 7 picks in the draft. That's my analysis on Bjoern Werner. Let me know what you think of Werner as a prospect, where you see him going. Do you want him on your team? Let me know. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Subscribe to my page here on YouTube to get all of my videos delivered directly to your inbox. And I'm also on Twitter as well, @SNewsAnalysis. Thanks, guys.